Welcome to our tutorial on transferring ACT custom fields to smartphones. Custom fields are fields that have been created in ACT and are not part of the standard field set of ACT, such as account number, VIN number, plot number, any field that you create in ACT. In this example that we see here, we have customer number, account number, and land plot number, which are numbers that are related to this contact. So how do we get them into a phone? The current way that smartphones deal with custom fields that are defined in ACT is they ignore them. So you cannot get any of these fields over from ACT over to a smartphone. This is truly frustrating because there's a lot of data that you want to have available on your smartphone to make your right decisions. So the big question here is, how can one successfully transfer custom fields from ACT to a smartphone? Which leads us to the 123 synchronizer. With 123 synchronizer, you can transfer custom fields one way from ACT over to your smartphone. There's no limitation, meaning there's an unlimited number of custom fields that you can bring over. The only restriction that you have is the maximum size of the notes section on the phone. So if you open a contact on the notes, the maximum size. Sometimes this is between 2 and 4 kilobytes of data. We at 123 Sync, we support all telephones, this feature. Androids, iPhones, Blackberries, anything that syncs with Outlook or Exchange is supported. So let's just look at contact that is the result of a 123 Sync synchronization. Let's look here at Chris Huffman. If we double click on it, we can see on the Chris Huffman contact that we have all the data from 123 Sync, and on the notes we have what we call the body build of the 123 Sync, where we put in history, notes, and other things. So what we want is to take the custom fields in ACT and put it into the notes section. So this notes section then will make it over to the iPhone or to the Blackberry, and you can access these fields for reference. So let's go now to 123 synchronizer. Here we're running a 10 user server. If you're running a client, you will only see your name on the left hand panel, but the same applies. You click on the general settings and you go to what we call the body text markers. On the body text markers, you will see on the right a whole bunch of fields that are the ACT fields. By enabling or disabling these fields, you will add these fields to what we call the contacts fields list. So what we have here is account number, customer number. We can go and just enable ID status to come over, as well as we had land plot number. So these are fields that are custom fields in ACT but have no correlation into anything that exists in Outlook. So now that we have enabled these fields to be brought over into the notes section in Outlook, we have to go into the 123 Sync and enable them. And the way we enable them, we go to the contact body text. What this means is that these fields will be entered into the contact body text for the actual contact. So just enable the contacts field list, and that's there. Also, on the activities body text, we want to enable these details to come over, so we enable the contacts field list. So now both contacts and activities will have these user-defined fields in the notes section. So now we're ready to generate these fields. Just make sure if you make any modifications to the contacts field list or any of the settings, that you should overwrite the data in Outlook. So you go to contact settings, click on options, click on force overwrite. So now you enable force overwrite. So all the data from ACT will be written to Outlook and regenerated. So just click on synchronizer. And now we're done. So let's have a look at our contact. If Outlook is open after you've synchronized, we recommend that you restart Outlook. So just click on stop and we restart Outlook. And the reason we restart Outlook is because we close all the MAPI sessions and everything gets reset. So we know that we're looking at the permanent data in Outlook and not at a copy of a session that we have in Outlook. So now we are at the Chris Huffman contact, and we'll double click on Chris Huffman. And here we can see now we have the contacts field list. On the contact fields list, we have all the custom fields that are in ACT that make it into the body text. Once the custom data is on the body text in Outlook, it gets synchronized to the iPhone or to the Blackberry or to the Android. Of course, we talking about Outlook here, but it could be an Exchange mailbox as well. So the data is put there, and that gets synchronized to the smartphone. Now, for even more beauty, we've looked now at the contacts. Let's look at the calendar. We have a confirm appointment here that we just synced. Let's look at the confirmed appointment. What we'll see is all the appointment details, but below the sync delimiter, we have the contact details, and guess what? We have the contact fields list there as well. So these custom fields are not only transferred over to the contact themselves, but also to the appointments on the calendar. So from an appointment, you can look at the contact fields list, at a contact's history, or even at the contact details. So these are very exciting small little pieces that allow you to manage and dominate your world. So just to recap, 123 Sync enables ACT databases to one-way sync an unlimited number of custom fields to smartphones. These fields can be accessed via the notes sections for a contact or a related calendar task item. All smartphones are supported: iPhones, Blackberries, Android phones, anything that will sync with Outlook or Exchange. And we offer full support for Outlook and Exchange. This marks the end of our presentation on transferring custom fields over from Mac to smartphones. Thank you.